Alright, so in this section we will talk about wildcards in Linux, and let's start with a simple use case. Here is my Linux terminal. If I use ls in my current directory, you can see there are so many types of file, including the XML file, YAML file, some text file, some images with .jpg, some script with .sh, and some random files. Suppose I just need to see or list down the XML files. So what are the common in the XML file, which is .xml extension, right? I can simply do ls asterisk, okay, and .xml, and it will only list down the XML files. And that's the benefit of using the wildcards. And similarly, we will see more wildcard in this section. And first, let's see what are wildcards. So wildcards are a special character. As we just seen, we have used asterisk or star, okay, which represent one or more character in the file names or command, which allows user to select the multiple files at once. There are different type of wildcards we can use, including the asterisk, which is a star. We have just seen an example, question mark, square bracket, and the curly braces. Let's quickly cover the short description of each wildcard. After then, we will cover the questions or use case based on the wildcards. So first one is asterisk, which means any number of character including none. So means 0 character to any number of character. Okay, so when we provided the asterisk dot text, so it will provide me all the files ending with .txt. Second one is question mark, which matches exactly one character. So for example, if I use file question mark .txt, it matches with file 1.txt, file 2.txt, and so on. So that means after file there should be a single one character. Square bracket, which matches any of the enclosed character. So you can provide multiple character in this. Example, if you provide 1, 2, 3, let's say inside the square bracket, it will matches with either 1 or 2, okay, or 3. Braces or curly braces matches the group of pattern. For example, you can provide 1, 2, 1.2, or 1.5, or you can provide the range also. So we will see example. Okay, so I have prepared some questions which are based on the wildcards. So let's cover one by one. So first question is, how do you find all the script in a given directory? So we can use the similar approach we have used for finding the XML files. So in my location, the script file are ending with .sh extension. So I can simply use ls asterisk and .sh. So it will list down the only the script file in the given directory. Second question is, how do you create 20 files named file 1, file 2 till file 20? Okay, so first approach is the manual approach. We can simply use file 1, file 2 like this and manually type, but we can use the wildcard instead. So I will use braces here because inside the braces we can provide the range. I will simply do 1.20, which means from 1 till 20, I mean including the 1 and 20 also. So if I hit enter, it will create the files with named from file 1 till file 20. ls file, again curly braces, 1.20. So it will just list down the files we have just created, and in the similar manner we can remove these files also. So in place of ls I will use rm, and that's it. If I again check using the ls, so these files has been removed. Question number 3 is, how do you find all the files with a name ending in or ending with 1, 2, 3 in the pattern like A123, B123, but the catch is before 1, 2, 3 it should be a single character. So let's say if I use ls asterisk and 1, 2, 3, there is one result C hyphen. So this is not matching our expectations. So what I can do, so I will use the question mark here, which represent the one single character, and after then 1, 2, 3. So it will only list down these file, which is A123, B123, Now the question number 4, how do you find all the files whose names are exactly 4 character? Okay, we have already know that for a single character we can use the question mark. Then for this query also we can use ls question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark 4 times, which means all the file whose names are exactly 4 character. If I hit enter, so it gives me only files with the 4 character length. If I do 5 times question mark, so it gives me the 5 times. Similarly, I can try 6 also. So it gives me 6, let's say test 00 means 6 character length. Next question is, find all the files whose name start with either A or B or C. So here we are providing the multiple conditions, like, okay, it could be start with A or B or C. Okay, so for this we can use the square bracket. I will simply use ls square bracket. I can provide multiple condition A, B, C, D, E, but in our case we just need to find starting with A, B or C, and after that it could be anything. So I will use the asterisk, hit enter. Okay, so we have got our result. If I provide D also, so it gives me the files starting with D as well. Okay, for doing this there is another way as well, ls using the braces. So here you can provide A, comma, B, comma, C like this and asterisk. So it gives me the similar result. So you can use the either approach. However, this approach looks more readable. Next question is, how do you find all the files whose name include a numeric value? So numeric value can be in the ending or could be in the start or in the middle. Okay, we can use ls. It could be start with anything or end with anything, but between it I will use square bracket 0-9, which means or which represent any numeric value. If I hit enter, so it gives me this result. So by using this approach, we have got all the results, including the file where its name start with the numeric value, or there are few files which end with the numeric value, and there are few files like this filed to backup where the numeric value is in the middle of the name. Next question is, how do you find all the files that start with test and have exactly 6 character in their name? So we will use ls starting with test. So I will just type the test and after then question mark, question mark. So it will list down test 00, test 01. So these files start with test and its length is only 6 character. Next question is, how do you find all the files that have at least one underscore in their name? So it's very easy, ls. It could be start with anything, ending with anything, and between this or somewhere, if there is underscore, just give me the result. Okay, even if the underscore is at the end of the file or in the middle of the file. So the next question is, how do you list all the files whose name do not contain the letter E? So do not contain letter E. So this will be the tricky one. Let's first see if we have such files or not. If I simply do ls, so yes, we do have few files like file, dates and names, users. For this purpose, we will be going to use the find command. Find dot means in this current location, okay, hyphen name, and then within the quotation I can simply use asterisk E asterisk. So we are still using the wildcards, but this condition will give me all the file names in which the E is present. If I want the reverse condition, means I don't want E, I will simply use bang sign or exclamation sign before the hyphen name condition, hit enter. Okay, so there should be a space after dot. So it gives me all the file in which E is not present. Okay. So next question is, how would you list all the files that start with letter A and end with .sh in the current directory? So it will be easy one. ls starting with A, so A, then it could be anything in the between and ending with .sh, so .sh. So yes, we got the result, async.sh. Next question is, what command would you use to move all the files with a .jpg extension to the images directory? So we do have some images file, images1 jpg, and there is also a folder which name images. So we will use move command mv asterisk dot jpg. So it will include all the images file in this directory to images folder. Hit enter, ls. So these file has been already moved. If we check inside the images folder, so yes. Next question is, how can you delete all the files that have backup somewhere in their name? Okay, so we do have such files like file1 backup, file2 backup. We will use rm. Okay, so for the safer side, always try to use the ls command first in order to check the result, then use the rm command. Use ls command, okay, asterisk, then backup asterisk. So there are only two files, such files. Okay, so we are safe to use now the rm command. So in place of the ls, I will use rm command, and yeah, that's it. So there is no such files. Alright, so that's all about the wildcards, and we have just seen that how wildcards can be extremely useful for saving time and work smartly in the terminal.